Hey everybody, so in this video today we're going to go over how to layer using journaling cards and stickers. This is our second video in our layering series. Hopefully this video is super helpful if you're trying to get that aesthetic kind of vibe in your planner setup and on your dashboards and all of that, but you're also just trying to add another element of functionality, because when I integrate stickers I use it in a functional sense as well as making sure that it's aesthetic at the same time. If you're interested in seeing how to do that, then continue to watch this layering point 2 video. Hey everybody, my name is Ashley. I'm the founder here at Cloth and Paper, and in today's video we are going over, again, one of my favorite topics when it comes to planning, because I love getting in there and really working on personalizing the planner so that my planner, albeit it might be some of the same components that we might see out in there on the planner interwebs, but I like finding a way to really personalize it and tailor it to my unique style and my aesthetic for that season, or maybe whatever I'm going through that year. So I did a blog post. I think it was my very first blog post that I did for Cloth and Paper back in maybe 2016, 2017. And I did it on the Capsule Planning System. And I talked about translating the concept and the idea of a capsule wardrobe and picking colors for the seasons, textures for the seasons, and applying that to my planner for the season. So that did a couple things for me. That allowed me to kind of focus in and hone in on colors and textures only, so that I wasn't kind of going off the rail and kind of buying everything that I saw online when it came to planner things. But it also helped me to just really streamline and like really have a curated planner. So I'm kind of applying all the principles that I typically apply to layering are usually keeping that kind of capsule planning system in mind. If you see the videos that I'm doing, I kind of am sticking to a same color palette, because at that time, at that season, that's kind of what I'm drawn to, or what's motivating me or keeping me in tune with my planner for that season. So I tend to keep within the same color palette and textures and vibes. So as you guys can see, I'm feeling like the dark kind of burgundy like on my nails, also the green, because we've seen that a lot when it comes to fashion. And then I've always been into like the greens, because you'll see that pretty often integrated in my planner, because I think it's just natural, because I was born in May and my birthstone is emerald. So I've just always been naturally attracted to green for that reason. And forever and ever and always, forever till the end of time, I will always love just like black, white, gray, those really baseline neutrals that just act as a great bone and foundation for whatever I'm doing. So you're going to see that when I'm showing you. I'm going to show you additional colors outside of that, just so you can get an idea in case your color palette for this season is different than mine. But you'll see a lot of just like neutrals, green and black and white in this video, because that's kind of what my capsule planning system is for this fall season. So let's get into the video. Let's go ahead and do some layering right now. So I got my handy dandy tweezers on standby just in case I need them. I am trying to preserve my manicure, so I'm trying not to dig here at the sticker sheets, but I'm going to show you just some basic layering in discbound setup. This is a HP Classic discbound setup right here, and then I'll also show you some layering options if you have like an A5 or a personal setup that has interior pockets and stuff like that. We'll get into that second, but let's go ahead and focus here on the HP Classic discbound setup as we see it here. As you've seen, I've kind of added some texture and some layering with our pen clip that we have coming out. I think that just adds another layer of interest and texture. If you can see here, it's actually like a grained leather look, which is really beautiful. And then again, I told you black, white, that was me to the nth time. And then I have like this little pizzazz with the silver disc. These discs, just if you are curious, these are the 1.25-inch silver disc. This is the fluted dashboard. It is coming back. Vellum for me is always like super duper easy to layer with and play with, just because you can see the various elements. It's just super easy to layer with. The transparency makes it very user friendly. So I like to a lot of times combine kind of geometric shape with more organic shape. And so you can see I had a journaling card that I was in love with, and it happened just to be this was one of our What's Inside cards, and that talked about the evolution of our brand from 2015 to current time in 2024. And it just showed some of the products that kind of paved the way for each season of cloth and paper and kind of led to the next phase for us. And so I really loved these little rectangular images that kind of spoke to some of the history of cloth and paper. So I really wanted to have that on display, but I didn't want to have it be like the main focal point. So I thought about attaching it to this dashboard so that one, it wasn't just so on the front like that, where that would look very kind of poof in your face. But I want to add this level of transparency with the vellum and a little bit of frostedness for just a little nuance and suggestive design. So I use this. Is it my favorite sticker? It's hard to always pick a favorite of anything. I feel like everything that we come out with, I am obsessed with. Everything, we work on a team to make sure that everything that comes out, we are really excited about. And so it's hard to say that this item or this item is my favorite, because I love everything that we come out with. But one of my top most used stickers, and I've shown these so many times, but are the spotlight stickers. I love these. As you can see how many I use. I've used so many of these. And again, like I said, my palette is this kind of pistachio green, which we have these, and then also the ristretto, which is kind of more like a brownish green color, like a taupey green. So I use this one the most, and that's kind of what I use here to kind of stick that journaling card onto the dashboard. So you get that layering moment there. And then I had another journaling card that I really liked. Again, I like mixing very angular geometric things with things that are slightly more organic looking. So I love the script element on here, and I kind of wanted that to be next to the look of that. So when you're turning the page, you kind of see both. And so I used another spotlight sticker here, just took it off and adhered this journaling card to the page after, so that when you flip this, you kind of get this like triple layering moment between the dashboard, between the two journaling cards, and then also like the stickers adding this interesting element of shape and style. It sounds cumbersome. It sounds it sounds like geometry, just like thinking of all these components, but I think you'll find your natural rhythm of what you kind of gravitate towards when it comes to like style and design of dashboards and journaling cards. You'll see what you just naturally gravitate towards. Figure out what the common elements are between those items, and kind of figure out a way that you can kind of figure out like just a foolproof system for yourself to make those work for you ongoing. And then, always, I think, finding a sticker shape or a pattern that you like the most and kind of integrating that often into your setup, so that one, everything feels cohesive and doesn't feel like such a hodgepodge, but also is like something that you won't get sick of super quickly, because it's like something that you've been naturally gravitating towards. So love that. And you could also, I could actually, so that it doesn't do that jiggling, I would add another sticker there to kind of secure that in place. I need to go ahead and get another sheet of these, because these are the ones, I think this is the first sticker sheet where I would continuously run out of this sticker over and over and over and over again. I love the look of these. It adds like just some style without doing too much. It's not like so offensive. It's not so in your face. But yeah, now that'll keep that in place for me. But yeah, I love that geometric shape, and then, like I said, the more organic handwritten element over there. So that is one way that I like to add layering or texture to my planner, is by layering journaling cards with dashboards, and then maybe adhering them to a page with a sticker. You could also just do it like this. And do some overlapping that way, if I wanted to kind of take the geometric from the kind of paragraph that we have there with the more organic shape over there. I could do that if I wanted to just kind of flip that over, but this is the look I'm going for. And then I love layering journaling cards because you kind of get this like scrapbook element to your planner too. It kind of feels like you're going through the pages of a scrapbook with all of the different like moments in time almost, because one journaling card is from I think May, one's from June, like, so it just feels like a little time travel too at the same time. So that is like super easy way that you can go about adding journaling cards to your planner, adding stickers, finding two kind of contrasting journaling cards and putting them together for a third like dynamic, interesting. So we'll do that. Also, another easy way to go layering journaling cards is this guy. I've been working on a setup for 2025 and what I'm going to do, and like this is just one iteration, so ignore that this is not final. This is just me playing in my planner and just seeing what I want to do for 2025. But I also love taking journaling cards. Again, that sticker element, I was feeling a little bit bold, so this is a sticker from our C&P Open collection that we launched back in September, and love just the green in the journaling card there and the green of the planner. I just love how it kind of brings everything together, and then this subtle pop of color with the sticker kind of brings together this tennis element that I'm in love with, and that is reflective of my lifestyle and my interests. And again, I think that's another thing that you should pay attention to when you're layering, and just your personal foundation for layering is just making sure that you're only putting elements in your planner that are of interest, that reflect your personal style, that reflect your lifestyle or are motivating to you. So just because you see somebody else with the same thing, you may not directly connect with it. And so maybe that's something that you need to like, hey, what elements, why do I like that? And how can you take something from your own collection that you feel more connected to kind of replicate that, but in a different way that speaks more to you. So yeah, you might not be into the yellow sticker, but like tennis is life for me. So I like bringing kind of like that tennis element from my personal life into mine. So you might like this setup, right? And you might like this journaling card, but like that sticker isn't for me. Let's take it out. Also, while we're here, let me share with you my top most used stickers. So the Ricciardo spotlights, the pistachio spotlights. I use a lot of the photo corners. These are the clear ones, but we also have them in black. I have this journaling card in and out of lots of planner setups. I love this photo because it's another layering is my thing. So I like that they layered the small bag with that large bag. And then I use these time block stickers quite a bit. This is a sample that we sent out with some of our orders. I like using the semicircles, more time block green matcha. I was playing around with some color and surprisingly I've used this Sedona color quite a bit. That is a little bit outside of my color palette, but I was using this a lot during the summer. But you can see I'm in my green era. I use the twisted lines dot stickers quite a bit as well. They look like that. Here's another pistachio. Obviously this is the smaller version of those. These come in the same pack. You can get multiple sizes. And then I've been using a lot of these. These have not been released yet, but they come in a pack, and I love this like skinny journaling card. Just add some different depth and width and sizing to journaling cards. And then I like this really long one that we featured in a sub box not too long ago, but like if you can just even see in my hand like how these two kind of would layer and look really cool together. Let me empty out this pocket. I didn't even scrub my planner because I'm showing stuff that hasn't even been released yet. The OGs know just by looking, but one of probably the most popular ways to go about layering journaling cards is to actually layer them in the pockets of your planner. I just love layering using different heights, different widths of journaling cards. I think that's what makes it interesting and what makes it look unique. And again, this is within my color palette for this season. Going with the black and white, and love that. And then I add it because again, my whole vibe is like very geometric, very patterned with something organic, and our twisted lines page flags adds that element of organic shape that I love, adding with something again that's very geometric like that. So I would decorate my pocket like that. You could also add another element if you wanted to do something like that. And your pockets look good to go. I also love, and I think it looks interesting when you just put your stickers in the pockets. Like it looks, although it looks curated, it just looks like you use your planner. Like it looks lived in, but it looks well put together, well appointed as well. So layering your pockets, and then again, let's go back to what I was saying about this moment. So maybe you saw this set up online that you liked, and you're like, oh, I have this, I have that, but that yellow sticker isn't for me, because again, Pinterest is a part of me and I wanted to kind of bring that into my planner. Maybe you want to do a similar vibe, but you want to go in there with, let's use a spotlight. Let's use the spotlight and pistachio instead. Maybe you want to just keep it monochromatic, something like this. Then back to work, and I freaking love these transparent stickers with a dashboard that has like a lot of text in the background, because you can see the text through the sticky note. That is like one of the most underrated ways of layering, because you just have that little peekaboo element that I love. Can you see that? Love, 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 love. You can also, if you're a little bit, a little jazzier, let's do a twisted lines. I'm going to take the medium size and use that there instead. See how that's interesting, and it kind of like connects the two. You guys, I can do this for hours and just play around and just see how things look. Also, you can layer stickers on top of each other, which is also, I feel like, another kind of underrated. You can center them if you want on top of each other. You can kind of have one off to the side like that. A layer like this. So I love layering and overlapping stickers one on top of another. Sometimes also on the spread of our planners too. So for instance, this is just a random spread. I would take something like a block sticker, like so, and then kind of highlight a span of time. So maybe I'm working from 3 to 7 and my lunch is at 5. I can highlight my lunch, which is at 5, with the spotlight sticker. Look at that. Just very cool ways that you can go about layering. Let's try another one, which is, I like doing the semicircles in the kind of like the same manner, and then kind of going in there with, let's go in there with twisted lines. I think we've learned a couple things here. I think we've learned to pick a color scheme and kind of try to stick with that one. It just helps as you're flipping through. Everything looks cohesive, looks well curated, looks well appointed, and it just looks interesting. And to me, if everything looks organized as your planner should, it's going to feel less overwhelming as you're sifting through the pages. So also make sure that you're mirroring functionality when you are doing your layering, right? So specifically when we did this sticker moment, this layering sticker moment, we blocked off time for work, but then we also highlighted an important time during that same duration that we blocked off. So we weren't just using stickers to use stickers, we were actually using them for the function, their true intended function of blocking off time and highlighting a specific moment during that block of time. So I don't want you to go on and waste all of the stickers that you've got and accumulate it. You want to make sure that you're using them mindfully while also bringing some style and emphasis to your pages as well. Mixing shapes and patterns are also a cool way to bring in some interest and some pizzazz to your layouts as well. So make sure that you're mixing patterns and shapes, but also keeping your core of what your color palette is, so that you're not going off the rails and buying things that you don't need to buy because you're sticking with your palette and you're sticking with what you like, right? And then we talked about layering on top of your existing items that you have in your planner, like your dashboards. So kind of starting with a base layer like this gives you something to kind of work off, also puts some kind of constraints, but it puts some guardrails on your layering moment. Me being the planner that I am, like I want everything to look cohesive and unique. So to put some guardrails in place that you have kind of like this foundational layer that you're working from, and kind of using elements that you already have and building off of that to build interest and some layering moments within what you've already have. Go ahead and use spaces like the pockets of your planners, because a lot of times these spaces are unused. So if they're unused and you're like, I would really love something there, layer in your planner pockets to add some interest and appeal there. Also love adding layering moments again with the photo corner. So I would take our photo corner stickers. So I would add some interest with the photo corner stickers, again, sticking in my palette, my aesthetic with everything that I'm adding to my planner. I'm not just adding elements because I saw somebody else with it. I'm sticking to my personal style and my capsule planning system for that season. So I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some foundational techniques that you can use for layering with journaling cards and stickers, making sure that you're keeping functionality in mind when you're doing it. But that is it for this layering video number 2. I'm trying to see if I'm going to do a layering 3, or if I'm going to do, if my next one's going to be like a 2025 planner setup type of thing. Let me know what video you would like to see next from me. I would love to see you guys back here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, all those good things. Leave us a comment. If you made it to the end, you leave us a black heart in the comment. I would love that. And thank you for staying to the end and watching this video. And I'll see you guys next week.